Morning everybody. Firstly, apologies for my extremely wet, messy hair and the fact that I look like I've got the biggest head cold. But I was taking the opportunity this morning, I'm a bit exposed, I was taking the opportunity this morning to run out in the car to go and get our laundry, our nicely freshly laundered laundry for the weddings that we had this weekend. And I was enjoying a moment of calm with no children and no husband and stuff, and I thought I would just come on to talk about how the week's gone, really, because it's been a really good week. Number one, we launched our first lot of outline information for our franchise, for our expressions of interest, which got sent out this week, which is incredibly exciting. But also it's been a really good week because we had my little girl Lydia Rose had her last ever day at preschool, Sniff, going to big school in September. We had a trip to the zoo with the rest of the preschool on Tuesday, and yesterday my little big boy Ben turned 2. So it's kind of been a really good children focused week, and it got me thinking as I was driving, hence why I'm doing this live video right now, about how fortunate we are to really manage to sustain this work-life balance where, being our own bosses, we get to work our nuts off during the summer and have a really good summer, but also we get that time with our children that not everyone is fortunate enough to have. And a little bit of a backstory for us when we started Baylily Bell Tents. So before I started Baylily, or during the time I started Baylily, I was working as a civil servant and I worked for the Forestry Commission, and we founded the company in 2012 because there was a time when both Al and myself were being at risk of redundancy and we weren't sure what we were going to do, so we sort of set up on the sidelines, and I fell pregnant with Lydia Rose. And like most mums kind of get that feeling, the idea of going back to work full time literally filled me with dread, absolute dread and horror at the fact that I'd grown a baby and we'd had that time together, and all of a sudden I was going to be thrust back into the corporate world of 9 till 5, where I wasn't going to see the child that I decided to bring up, and putting her in nursery and having her, basically my wages, like everyone, most of these sort of mums can relate to, well, any parents can relate to, is having the fact that I'm working my nuts off in a corporate job that I don't particularly like or want to be in, so I can pay for nursery care for my daughter. So one of the main drivers for us to get the business up and running was to be able to have the work-life balance and have the time with our kids. And for anyone who knows our story a little bit more, Lydia Rose was extremely late. She was an August baby, nearly 3 weeks late, and due to the fact that we had work and weddings and corporate events on, we ended up having her pretty much strapped to my back after a week old, and out she was getting her first experience of Baylily Bell Tents. And Ben was pretty much the same. We fell pregnant with it, 2 years later we had Ben, and Ben was extremely late. I have late babies, so I don't know why. He was extremely late, and I was in a field the day before I gave birth. And it's mental, the fact that these kids have been around and having to come to these jobs and getting outside all the time though. But on the flip side, I get to see our kids all day every day, and it's fantastic, and they've had a really good upbringing in terms of being exposed to fresh air and meeting new people, and they're really good social skills and stuff. But then also this week, we do have to work bloody hard for our job, but being your own bosses, we knew this was coming up, and we decided that actually we were going to take a few days out. We scheduled our jobs in properly, we looked at planning, and yeah, Monday I got to pick up our daughter from her last day of preschool. It was a bit sad, but both Alan and myself were there to pick her up from the doorstep. Tuesday, all 4 of us went to the zoo together with the big family trip, and got to be there and doing it together, and not have to feel guilt about the fact that I was taking time off work for holiday or anything like that. We just scheduled our day, and yesterday was Ben's birthday, and was very reflective of the fact that the day we gave birth, the weather was pretty much the same. It was pouring it down. But yesterday was his birthday, and we went out in the morning. We had to change our plans because the weather was a bit awful, but we went out for ice cream, and then we came back, and all grandparents, my brother and sister-in-law and my uncle and stuff came round, and we had a really lovely family afternoon with no guilt at all. And I think one of the things I want to kind of push to our potential franchisees and stuff is the fact that you have that ability to be able to run your own life and not have to worry about having to check with other people what you can and can't do. And the beauty of the business is that we've deliberately kept our business of a particular size. We could have probably scaled it up to 100 and 200, 300 tents if we wanted, and gone completely massive with our sort of sales in Hampshire. but our main driver was to be able to have the time with our children and have a healthy salary to be able to keep a roof over our heads, live the lifestyle we want to, and have the time with our kids, which is what we're doing and why we don't seem to grow it any bigger than Hampshire. With the expressions of interest we've had from around the country, you know, we can see that our business is going to grow in a different way, and we're going to have people enjoying the Baylily experience in different counties with the help of our franchisees. But what I want to say to someone who wants to take it on is not quite sure about whether it's for them, or obviously the outline proposals out there now, it's completely scalable. If you wanted to just keep 5 to 10 tents and have a very small, you know, sideline business where you get to be at home with the kids all the time, that's great. If you haven't even got any kids, or you don't want to have that kind of, you could build 20, 30, 40, 50, you can do what you want, but the model works to be able to get you to choose your times, your dates. You know, August is a busy time. It's summer holidays, we've got bank holiday. Unfortunately, we've got 2 big birthdays this year on bank holiday weekend in our family as well, but we work the dates to know that setups the day before, you know, we get the time on the actual birthdays to be able to celebrate with the family, and knowing that our takedowns are, you know, spread across the week. So you have that ability to know that what's coming up and what you do and you don't want. I'm babbling a little bit more, sorry, but I need to keep explaining that it's an amazing feeling to be able to not worry about having to check in with my boss to know, can I have this week off? It's my daughter's 4th birthday in August. Can I have that date off? And having to fight against my partner at work on the desk, you know, can I have that? And it's just, it's not necessary. And as I said, I was driving around picking up the laundry today, and I sat back and I went, I've got, with my coffee in my hand, oh, spilling down my front as well, with my coffee in my hand going, what a great week it's been. And we've got a wedding set up tomorrow. Alan's popped off to do a marquee job today, so he's off doing bits and pieces. The kids are being looked after for a couple of hours, and I'm running out doing a few errands with my wet hair, and just what a bloody brilliant week it is. And tomorrow's wedding is going to be good, and the setups tomorrow for the wedding on Saturday, coming down on Sunday, and then next week's a whole new week, a new chapter. I think we've got 5 or 6 different bookings on next week, and it's a busier week, but that's the way it goes, and we're looking forward to that. And I'm going to stop babbling now because I have talked for a long time. So our expressions of interest have received their first lot of information this week, which was just a PDF of the outline proposal, because obviously we had the go-ahead from our solicitors this week to be able to talk about it. If you haven't already put your details down on our website about getting more information, please do. We have a PDF to give you, which gives you the information about what the offer is, and we would really welcome you to come and talk to us about it. What we would like to do, if possible, is to have like an open day on the 22nd of August, somewhere in Hampshire, although we can sort of work on people who are a bit further afield, just to digest the information that we put on the paper, read it, see if it's for you, and then invite you to apply to put further information about yourself on, so we can get to know you a little bit. And then all successful applicants to that stage will be invited to come have a chat to us, and there'll be a presentation about exactly the details about what you will be doing and how to do it. And we would love for you to come and speak to us a bit further. Alan is very much hands-on with not the PowerPoint, what's the Apple version? Keynote, there we go, the Keynote presentation. He's on it right now, and he wants to do all, you know, whistles and bells and that kind of stuff, so he's very much looking forward to that. So if you're interested, please don't just sit on the fence. Please do put your details down. A chat is all it takes. You know, if it's not for you after that, that's absolutely fine, but a chat's all it takes. And then you too might be able to kind of say bye-bye to the boss and become your own boss yourself, and have that brilliant work-life balance, because life's too short to be working for the man. Right, enjoy your day, guys. I hope you have a lovely time, whatever you're choosing to do. The sun is actually kind of shining today. I thought it was meant to be raining, so it'll probably rain on setup tomorrow, but never mind. Love to you all. Oh, hello Glenda, hi Paul, thanks for popping on today, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.